Hi, good evening. Welcome to the Jon Gaunt podcast. Tonight, Soft Touch UK. It's becoming a paradise for illegal migrants, criminals, and protesters, soap dodgers. It's live with me, Jon Gaunt. So it's Soft Touch UK, UK politics, illegal immigration, law and order, the migrant crisis, and that leads into prison overcrowding. I'm asking, has Britain become a soft touch paradise for law breakers? And I want your views. Illegal migrants now, as I've been saying for months, but it's just been picked up by the major newspapers and the broadcast outlets. You've got migrants, illegals, living in taxpayer-funded hotels, squeezy soap, but they're working in the black market. They're working for Deliveroo and Uber and other delivery companies. It's bloody outrageous. And if you believe GB News today, they reckon some of these illegals are making £1,000 a week. That's whilst we're paying for their board and lodging. What do you make of that? We're a soft touch, aren't we? Prisons are overcrowded and dangerous offenders are being released early by Keir Starmer, who keeps telling us his first duty is the protection of the citizens of Great Britain. Really? Then we got Bryce Norton. I've had over 100,000 tweets on this subject. Those planes were sabotaged. Those people who went onto the airfield should have been shot on sight. However, so far, no arrests have been made. Meanwhile, mass protests in London over the last couple of days, and the police look the other way. I think we've created an Eldorado where rule breakers thrive whilst ordinary decent mugs like you and me pay for it all. Stupid question of the night. Should we be tougher? And is Starmer failing in his first duty to protect the British public? I want your opinions, so please feel free to join in. Put your comments at the bottom here. And if you're enjoying the show, please make sure you press the like button. It really helps the algorithm. Right, let me get into my views first. Have a listen and then tell me what you think. Start commenting now then, so that we get to your comments in about 2 or 3 minutes into the show. So here we are then. This is what we've got. I'm going to talk honestly. Some are going to say I'm too blunt about it. Oh, we will be talking about Donald Trump as well. He used the F word today, and some people are clutching their pearls and getting really upset about it. That ginger whinger, Paul Embry, he's some trade union guy. He used to work in the fire brigade, and then he was on GB News quite a bit. He said he thought it was oafish, and it was this, and it was that. I just thought it was honesty. He's just really fed up. Not Embry. Donald Trump is fed up. He's brought peace, or it looked like peace, between Israel and Iran, and then those idiots start fighting again. So when this reporter kept asking him questions as he was trying to get onto his helicopter, in the end, he used the F word. I thought it was a touch of honesty. I enjoyed it. I didn't think it was a problem, but certain people have got really worked up with it. But of course, they're the usual suspects. They're all the lefties like the ginger whinger Embry who just hate Trump. The fact that Trump has just brought peace to that area doesn't come into it. And then he told Israel, turn those bombers round, and they did. And I've just watched the 6 o'clock news on Pravda, the BBC. I cannot believe that Sarah Smith woman is getting away with her bias. She basically talked about Trump and said, oh, yeah, he's upset because he wants to come to NATO and be a hero. What's wrong with that? It is pretty heroic. And they're all getting their knickers in a twist because the head of NATO sent him a load of text saying, well done, Donald. And he's put them up on Truth Social. And this has wound everybody up. Why? He's done what you miserable bunch of losers have failed to do for the last 4 or 5 years. And he's going to do the same in Ukraine. Stop being so biased. So if you want to talk about that, will take those views as well. But I don't think there's anything wrong with the president of the States dropping the F word. What, you don't think top politicians swear? Behave yourself. But let's talk about Britain as well. I believe it's become a soft touch paradise for lawbreakers, freeloaders, and extremists, whilst us ordinary hard-working citizens are left to foot the bill and live with the consequences. Again today, Prime Minister Keir Starmer said that the first duty of government is the protection of the citizens of the United Kingdom. Then he said in a softer voice, and I take that responsibility really seriously. Do you? 50,000 migrants living in hotels, thousands of them working for Uber and working for Deliveroo. You take it seriously? And then hiding it when they're accused of rape or sexual abuse. Or what about the Northern girls? You take that seriously? You're the one who didn't want to have a bloody public inquiry into the rape gangs. You are failing in your duty, let me tell you. So we live with this every day, but no one really dares connect the dots. Well, tonight we will, but I need your help. So write your comments up now about what you think about Eldorado, which is what we've created here for migrants, criminals, and the great unwashed who love going on any protest that's around. So the latest story making the headlines is that illegal migrants who are being housed, let me just remind you, in taxpayer-funded hotels are now working illegally. It wasn't news to me. I've known this for ages. For companies like Uber and Deliveroo and other so-called gig economy platforms. Cash in hand, off the books. Well, they say they're self-employed, which is the loophole. Surely companies like Deliveroo and Just Eat should be checking up, shouldn't they? So they are earning, some of them, up to £1,000 a week, while us, the British taxpayer, is paying for their accommodation, their food, of course, their full healthcare, and their legal representation. Are we mugs? Are we a soft sob story for the great unwashed of the world? This is not humanitarian compassion, my friend. This is the exploitation of a weak and broken system. I could even say a weak and broken country. In France, illegal migrants are housed in tents and military-run camps. And there's a reason for that. If you make it too comfortable, you just incentivize more of them to come. Britain has been made a magnet, or made itself a magnet even, for illegal migration, with hotel rooms, free healthcare, and endless legal appeals by the leeching human rights lawyers. We are not deterring illegal immigration. We're almost advertising for it. Don't believe me? Here's the facts. Over 8 million quid a day is spent on migrant hotels. That's from data from the UK Home Office of 2024. Black market work undermines both the legal economy and immigration enforcement. Companies like Uber, Deliveroo, Just Eat should be verifying the legal work status. How are they getting away with it? So when you tuck into your next pizza, just think about this, will you? Are you fueling this complete exploitation of our system? It's wrong, wrong, wrong. Are you with me or against me? Let's have your opinions. Keep hitting the like button as well, please. So let's talk about prisons. We've got a criminal justice system, which is another symptom of Britain's soft touch problem. We're locking up the wrong people. Did you hear today that Lucy, the housewife, jailed for 31 months for one social media message? I think it was on Facebook. Even though she took it down straight away, she shouldn't have written it. It was horrible. However, she's been jailed 31 months. According to Richard Tice from Reform UK, she is now being abused by prison officers in the prison she's in. We need to find out the truth of this. But our prisons are overflowing. So what's the solution? According to Starmer and our useless Home Secretary Yvette Cooper, the solution is release them early. But who is being released? First-time offenders? People like Lucy Connolly? Petty criminals? No. repeat offenders who will likely offend again. And I'm not making this up. It's actually happened. They've let people out and they've straight into their criminal lives. Meanwhile, ordinary people like me and you who dare to challenge certain, shall we say, ideologies or protest for the wrong cause, perhaps something like the countryside allowance or the farmers losing their legal rights, they're arrested and thoroughly investigated by the police. The police no longer police the streets, they police your tweets. What kind of justice system is that? Is that one that protects the public, Keir Starmer? Or is that one that manages headlines? The UK prison population at the moment is at a record high. Here's the facts. 88,000 people. Early release schemes have been expanded due to a lack of space. Repeat offending rates remain at an all-time high. In a moment, we'll talk about Bryce Norton and they've been classified as terrorists now, aren't they? We'll come to them in a couple of moments. That's good news. 6 people have pressed the like button. Can you do that for me? If you're listening on a podcast, later come to Jon Gaunt TV on YouTube. We are a soft touch. I'm going to take a few comments. Rob in Hungary says, I'm with Peter. Hi, John. I used to listen to you on 3 counties. Thank you, Rob. And I hope you're enjoying your life in Hungary. Welcome to the show. I'm sure Peter will show you how to donate later. Dark Angel says, hi, John. Owen Robinson says, it's disgusting. He's got a great avatar, the Union flag, on Facebook. Who actually uses Deliveroo anyway? McDonald's chips are getting cold even if you eat it in the restaurant. That's true. Let alone if they've been on the back of a moped for half an hour. Who would pay for that? Well, clearly, a lot of people do pay for it. And that means there is a market for these people. I couldn't believe it when they say, even if it's exaggeration, it's not 1,000. Even if it's 500 a week, tax-free, with all your meals paid for in a 4-star hotel. We are an absolute soft touch. And Starmer, what does he do about it? Jack all. Keep coming with your comments. I want to hear some more of them, please. And I'll come back to you in a couple of moments on that. Right, where are we up to now? Let's talk about national security. Because this one should outrage every single person watching or listening. RAF Bryce Norton, one of our most important military air bases, even though I know the area quite well, I was surprised by how many thousands of people are based there. It was attacked. And our RAF aircraft have been sabotaged, not vandalized. They haven't just painted outside. They've painted inside the engines. It's not a minor protest. It's sabotage. It's a criminal offence. They are sabotaging our national defence capability when we're effectively at war. No arrests have been made so far. It can't be that difficult to find these people. They're protesting in bloody London nearly every weekend. It's obviously a local group. Get in there, smash a few eggs and make a bloody omelette. But not our police, because they always take the side of the villain, not the victim. Thousands of these Palestine supporters are marching through London. They block the roads. The police escort them, make sure they're okay. Slogans, they shout them out that border on this incitement. Yesterday, admittedly, the police went in when they did from the river to the sea things. But there's very few arrests. Compare and contrast that with a Tommy Robinson event. It's just not right. It's double standards in law enforcement. It's 2-tier justice. Tough on crime? No, it's tough on some crime. And soft as jelly on others. Is it that the authorities are afraid to confront certain groups for fear of being called racist? I say, even Islamophobic, whatever that means. Are we selectively enforcing the law depending on political convenience? Well, we know that's a fact that happened with the Pakistani Muslim raping gangs. I just think we need an equal law for everyone. Do you agree? National security breaches should be met with swift law enforcement response. I say anybody who breaks into an airfield at the moment, a military airfield or an army camp, they should be shot on sight. Maybe not shoot to kill, but certainly shoot to disable. And who gives a shit about their human rights? But policing appears to be paralysed by woke political correctness. And as a result, trust in law enforcement erodes when the public, me and you, see double standards. Are we living in soft touch Britain? Let me have your views. I say we are, and I need your views. Craig Urquhart says, I wasn't aware Just Eat, etc. all have the same black hoodie and face mask uniform. You're right. On those motorised bikes that they ride, that is the uniform they all wear because they don't want anyone to see their faces. That's why. Why is it taking so long for the mainstream press to pick up on this? You just need to use your eyes. I've been talking about it for months, haven't I? And saying, why aren't we cracking down on it? You go to these hotels and all the bikes are outside. All you need to do is have a tranny van. Oh, can't use that word. A transit van of coppers waiting. Unmarked van. Once these migrants come out, jump on their bikes, bang, got them. But it's not just them. The people we really need to get are the people who are profiteering off these migrants, these illegals. And it is people, I'm afraid to say, and sue me if you want, Uber, Deliveroo, and the other one, what's it called? Just Eat. They're all at it. Also, you can have a soggy pizza. We should not buy anything from these companies until they sort their house out. They are part of the problem. Do you understand what I mean? Thank you, Craig Urquhart. Squidgy nuisance to AI. Can we get a refund on NI and taxes? I was totally missold on YouTube. I like that. It's a good comment. Thank you very much indeed. If you do want to comment, you just write it up at the bottom of your screen or on your mobile and I'll read them out. Hi, John. All incentives should be removed. Intercept and return illegals if possible. Any that land should be put in secure, tented camps. Well said. I've said that for weeks. And then they can, until they can be returned. Genuine asylum seekers will apply using the legal channels. Well, I don't even care if they get here illegally and then they apply, and indeed they should stay. And there's some of these people we need. We clearly need a load of people to deliver us food because we're fat lardy asses. But I want it through the books. I don't want Deliveroo to be doing this. I don't want Uber to be doing this. I don't want to live in that kind of society where lawlessness is basically rewarded. Do you? Evening, John. Let's be honest. We've always been a soft touch for years. This was happening when the Tories were in power. Yes, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not blaming it all on Starmer's mob, although he has been in charge now for a year and he's a total and utter failure. However, it's still happening under Labour. It's time for UK to become like America. We need to get tough now. Yeah, we need to use that word before the word off, don't we? To these people who think they can come and abuse our hospitality. All laid on by the establishment, says Nick Seeley. Don't quite understand your point. If you want to clarify that, feel free. So, we're talking tonight about Are We Soft Touch UK? You can see the big banner behind me. If you like what I'm saying, please press the like button. If you'd like to donate, please click the little dollar sign at the bottom of the screen and you can give me one of those reward things, whatever they're called. I will keep forgetting what they're called, but you know what I mean. Click on there, any amount you want. Or you can go to www.buymeacoffee.com and donate anything from $5 upwards. You can specify it to be a coffee or a beer. Most people do 3. It's £5 will go, 15 quid. It all helps to keep these podcasts going. And I don't want to brag, but these things we're talking about tonight and that suddenly the so-called mainstream media are picking up on, I was talking about it weeks ago. Just me in my back bedroom on my little computer with me lights that a listener bought me. I'm breaking stories, or now they're nicking my stories, which I've been doing for weeks. They've also nicked a load of my expressions, and I've got nothing. So if you can help me, feel free to donate. I'm just going to take got another one in Hungary. He's organised a watch party over there, Peter has. He says, Alison with Peter in Hungary. 15 minutes in, John, and I agree with you 100%. Thank you very much indeed for that, Alison, in Hungary. We got listeners all over the world. And in fact, if you are listening outside of the UK, why don't you get in touch tonight and tell me where you're listening or watching from? The Soft Touch UK problem and Starmer's duty. That's my next little title. None of the things I've spoken about already are isolated incidents. They are all symptoms or symptomatic of a deeper rot. There is something rotten not in the state of Denmark, because they've sorted it out, as Hamlet would say, but in the state of the United Kingdom. Britain has become a soft touch paradise, an Eldorado, if you know what that means, for those who break the rules whilst punishing those who always play by them. Today, that idiot Starmer said again, his first duty, I'm going to sneeze, hold on. I do apologise, I've still got a bit of this cold. Today, Starmer said his first duty is to protect British citizens. I put it to him tonight, Prime Minister, he's not watching, you are failing in your duty. You have created, and the people before you, Sunak, Boris, the lettuce, you have created an Eldorado where people can exploit the system, break the law, undermine national security, not fit in, speak their own languages in front of you, and never face any consequences. Oh, speaking their own languages, we pay for all the bloody translators. You can do all of this, of course, as long as you play the victim card loudly enough. And it's enough is enough. Could you believe this would ever happen in America? No. Trump would clearly tell them all to F off. He's got on top of migration. It's gone down by 95% on the southern border. Why? Because he's put the army in there, the Marines in there. He's using drones. He's using technology. We've got a channel. Why don't we put the Navy in the channel, put the army on the beach, and start returning people? And immediately, I've said this for weeks and weeks and weeks, in a week, at the most, we could get all of these illegal migrants out of the hotels into big army tents. You know, like when the army go to Pakistan or some other godforsaken dump when there's been an earthquake or there's been a flood. We're there because we're charitable. We're wonderful people. We're a brilliant country. Our army go in and they stay in tents and they put people up in the tents and they look after them. Well, this is a disaster. So why don't we do it here? I'm not saying we shouldn't feed them, we shouldn't clothe them, and we shouldn't look after their medical needs. Of course we should. But at the same time, we should be processing them rapidly. And then we should be getting mobile phones out and photographing and indeed videoing them and then sending those videos, putting them up on YouTube so all the people over in Calais or down wherever they are, Bogota, I don't know where they are, wherever they are, they can see it's no longer an Eldorado. And then we tell the delivery companies, you can't do this. You do it, the fines will be massive, massive. And it will stop overnight. And then that will reduce the amount of people. We deal with the ones that are here. If they've got a legitimate claim, all well and good. Or if they've got something to offer, not just highly skilled jobs. We need a few more people in our cafes, don't we? And cleaning our streets because it's become a shithole. So we need all those things done as well. They can stay. But it'll have to be well-controlled, managed immigration. Something that our politicians have failed to do because we have been betrayed by them. They have created an Eldorado for the freeloaders, the feckless, and the foreigners, not for British people, not for you and I. And I think it's an absolute disgrace. If you agree with me, give me a comment. I really can't believe Lucy Connolly is still in prison, says Denise Deacon on Facebook. In my opinion, it's one of the worst decisions in our judicial system's history. Well, it's political. It was political. It's to stop other people doing the same thing, for ordinary people to do it. Don't say things like that, please, Nick Seeley. You've got no evidence for it, and it'll just get us all in trouble. And I don't want to go down, pardon the expression, for you. Lucy Connolly pled guilty. Her solicitors are to blame, giving bad advice. The judge had his hands tied. Well, that's true to a large extent, Carol, apart from she didn't have a legal team. She had the duty solicitor. She hadn't been in trouble with the cops before. They say to her, probably, listen, you get a third off your sentence because you're going down for this. You're definitely going down if you plead guilty. So you get a third off. So she probably panicked and said, okay, like a lot of other people. You notice people like the Labour councillor who was allegedly saying, let's slit the throats of people. Him, he hasn't even got into court yet because he's fighting it. So he's out on bail. Two-tier legal systems again. Do you agree or not? Maggie Young, Denise Deacon, she's got a picture of somebody crying. I don't understand that either. We need Trump to govern the UK. I think he's got his hands busy at the moment, but I take on board what you're saying, Andrew. I think that's a very, very good point indeed. Let's go to Villagaz, sorry, 74. Hi, John. I wash my van every Sunday on my drive and I cook my own food. It's not that hard. I also shave my own head. Good show, mate. Yeah. So you're not using any of the black economy. I get exactly what you said. I wasn't sure at first, but thank you very much, Villagaz on YouTube. Do you agree with him? Come on, let's have some more debate on it. And what do you think about Trump basically saying the F word today? I don't think it matters. I think it shows that he's real. I've had hundreds of people supporting me. And then this little trade unionist, you won't have heard of him, Paul Embry. He used to be on GB News as a guest. He's not anymore. He's got his knickers in a twist. And so I said to him, no, I can't remember what I said to him. It was a really gentle sort of pushback on him, saying, I think you're wrong, mate. Anyway, he's taken all day to pluck up courage to have a go and come back at me. And now the Ginger Whinger said, I'm not your mate, thank God. It's the sort of thing a kid would say at school. And I actually quite respected this guy. I don't necessarily agree with his politics, but he seemed like a decent enough guy. And he was always pleasant enough to me at GB News. He wouldn't have said it to my face, would you, Fireman Sam? And I've had a woman today having a go at me, saying that the people who broke into Bryce Norton and caused £38 million worth of damage, they're just like the suffragettes. I said, don't be stupid. They're nothing like the suffragettes. Then she brought up the few terrorist incidents that the suffragettes did. Fine. As if I didn't know about it. I knew all about that. What I was talking about was the cause was more important for the suffragettes. And it's like people saying, there's a genocide happening in Gaza. Who told you that? Oh, the medical people. Yeah, I understand. What, you mean the people who are controlled by Hamas? Them lot. The ones who want to push gay people off buildings. That lot. Oh, we can believe all that, can't we? Now, I know it's our fault to a certain extent because the Israelis aren't letting the free press in there. But the idea that you believe everything Hamas say, you need your head examining. It's like people who say, oh, it's totally wrong what Trump's doing, going into Iran and blowing up those nuclear facilities. He hasn't killed any civilians. Can't you just celebrate that he does what he says? He does what it says on the can. Couldn't we do with some politicians like that? Unlike us, we've got Starmer, who still hasn't said whether he supported Trump doing what he did in Iran. No wonder he's been marginalised. They've probably got him making the tea at this NATO summit tonight. I can't see Trump wanting to be with him. The guy's an arse, isn't he? 12 months in power. Now I'm just going off on one for a minute. Stay with me. He's now got all his backbenchers revolting over the way he wants to cut the PPI or whatever, the PIP or whatever it is. He now wants to have a go at the disabled. Oh, let me kick you out of your wheelchair, metaphorically speaking. That's the latest. Oh, I'm so tough. I could crush a grape. I could rip the arms off a Action Man model. You're a tart drama. Starmer. I can't believe it. But listen, there's nearly 150 Labour MPs who are going to rebel. Well, if the Conservatives vote against this, those rebels, obviously reform, everybody should just gang up And if he loses that, then bang, it's curtains for Starmer. Starmer will have to resign. His whips are putting it out today. Don't you dare vote against the Prime Minister. We consider this to be a vote of confidence. Well, again, they're misjudging it, aren't they? If I was a backbench Labour MP and I heard that, I think, where's the voting paper, right? Nobody in the country likes you, Starmer. Well, maybe 2 or 3 Ukrainian models, but that's a different issue, and I don't really want to go there. Andrew Cottrell on Facebook says, we are beyond soft. I think you're right, Andrew. I really do. Right, let me just finish up with this. The British public, that's me and you, we're losing patience, aren't we? We need strong, robust policies that protect our borders, enforce our laws, defend our national security, and we need to restore confidence in the justice system. Well, that might take some doing. It isn't about left or right anymore. It's about protecting our great country, the country that won 2 world wars. Prime Minister Starmer, again, he says protecting the public is his first duty. Is he delivering? He couldn't deliver a frigging pizza on one of those motorized motorcycles, could he? He couldn't. He promised us the world, but he can't deliver a takeaway. If you agree with me, share this video, like it, comment below. So has Britain become too soft? Are we protecting the wrong people? And most importantly, how do we fix it? The debate starts now. Thank you very much indeed. Please, at the end of this program, spread this video to other people. And if you're listening on a podcast, why don't you make sure you spread the podcast as well? But make sure you join my TV channel, Jon Gaunt TV on YouTube. It's completely free. But then you'll always get an alert when I'm going to do a video or a broadcast. If you do want to support me, go to www.buymeacoffee.com/Jon Gaunt. Remember, there's no H in John because I was born Jonathan. And also, if you want to support me on YouTube, there's ways of doing that. Just click on that $sign and send me a few quid. I have got adverts now, but it's a trickle of cash. All donations are gratefully received, and you get a mention on the bottom of the screen. I'll show you how. So if you give me a donation, what I'll try to do, I'll find it now. Where's it gone? It's gone. Here it is. So it's like this. There you go. Big thanks there to all the people who are supporting me. So thank you for that. All right, let's get back to your callers. Where are we going? Seaside Mark. I think the authorities should do random orders to be delivered to an address. See, we've got the way of busting this. Politicians have got no flipping imagination, have they? Yeah, so we just have random orders to be delivered to an address where immigration officers are waiting for the delivery. Then these fast food companies should receive at least a 10 grand fine. I like your thinking, Mark. That is brilliant. You'd only have to do it 20 times in different cities around the country, and the problem would be solved. Because you'd have a government credit card, put it on there, because at the end, let's be honest, they're going to have to pay it back, aren't they? They're going to have to pay back the court case. Gaber with Peter, he says, in Magyar Zag, which is the proper name for Hungary, as a Hungarian, we are in the EU, and we're laughing at Keir Starmer here. And we're drinking beer with the Brits. All right, I won't have a go. Next time you comment, you might get a mouthful, so watch yourself. All our recent rivals going to join in with their local Pride event. That's a nice one, John. Yeah, we should make them. You will go to the Pride. Yeah? This is the thing. People supporting Iran. I can't believe it. Oh, why can't Iran? I heard some twat last night on Twitter. Why can't Iran have a nuclear weapon? Ooh, we've got them. What's the difference between us and Iran? John, is London outside the UK now? Yeah, yes, it is basically. Kevin Lewis. Keep up the good work, mate, says Kevin Lewis. Thank you very much indeed. It's not our responsibility. They choose to come. So they're responsible for themselves, says Deborah Clark Goddard on Facebook. I like your thinking. We shouldn't pay them any money, and we should vet each and every single one of them. She was used as an example. No comment should have been her defense. Yeah, you're right. She's talking about Lucy. Correct, Lucy. Correct, Deborah. I do apologise, but I do like your thinking. Thank you very much. Maggie Young, one of my heroes. She's on Facebook tonight. Why is our government accepting illegal immigrants day in, day out and won't talk about it? I need to understand. I know what you mean, Maggie. I'd like to understand it. I can't work it out. And again, if we didn't give them any benefits, they wouldn't come, would they? I know they only get a pittance, but we just can't carry on. It's unsustainable. 50,000 people. 50,000 people in hotels. 8 million quid. We can't afford it. Let me take some more people, please. Jackie Ward says, Gaunty's on fire tonight. I certainly am. I'm bloody hot, that's for sure. I shall need a cold beer at the end of this or a glass of white wine. You know what to do. John, I did not put that comment on Denise Deacon. I did not even know who she is. I don't know what you're on about, Maggie. Sorry, I don't know what you're on about. Stop calling him Starmer. His name is Neela. Oh, yeah, because he kneeled for Black Lives Matter. Darren Cummings. It's weird how two-tier likes to... We can't say that. It's on the screen if you want to hear what he said. Darren, don't try and drop me in it. I know you're not doing it on purpose, but we have to be careful about certain legal matters, even if we think the law is an ass, and even if we think it is two-tier, right? Maggie, try and write back to me and accept what you said again. Say it again, because I don't really understand. I don't understand what you're on about. Anyway, that's me. Can we stop it? Yes, we can, as Bob the Builder would say. How are we going to stop it? Have you had enough of it? No point us just moaning. We have to do something about it. Darren Cummings says, sorry. That's right, Darren. You're forgiven. Another one in Hungary. Catherine and Peter in Hungary. 2 illegals here in Hungary. I think you know how and why. Classed as criminals. Loving this show, John, and I will listen in future. Thank you. I'm going to be big in Hungary. Hey? Don't even know where Hungary is really on the map. But thank you very much indeed. In fact, thank you all for watching and listening. And if you are now listening on a podcast, feel free when you get home, go on to YouTube, look up for Jon Gaunt TV and subscribe. It's free to subscribe. Then you'll always be able to see my videos when I make them live. You can then look at the archive. There's hundreds of videos and rants on there. And there's going to be even more over the next few months. If you help me, if you support me. I need supporting. I can't do this forever. Lisa's already saying, when are you going to get a job again in Waitrose? I mean, you know what I mean? It's what's got to happen. It's what's got to happen. When we get them out of the hotels, then we should boycott the hotels. I think that's a fair point, Kevin. Yeah, there's a lot of people who have made a lot of money out of illegal migration. Chopper says, MK50, I'm going to look up moving to Hungary. I reckon this guy's getting paid by the Hungarian Tourism Society or something to tell people how good it is compared, mind you, anywhere would be better than Britain at the moment. We are just a soft touch. If you want to comment later, feel free, get in touch on X or Facebook. I'll be back again tomorrow at 6:30. Thanks for joining in tonight. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget the address, www.buymeabeercoffee.com/Jon Gaunt. That's me done. If you've got kids, give them a hug, give them a kiss. And please don't forget to keep telling them you love them. And I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.